Hey everyone, today I wanted to do an updated base routine for dry skin, so if you're interested, just keep watching. My skin prep included using Kate Somerville's Exfoliate, as well as my normal moisturizer, and then glow screen over top because I was going outside today, so I needed to wear sunscreen. It does emphasize texture slightly, but it's not really a problem for me. Right, so the first thing I'm doing is going in with the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I'm just trying this one out along with the powder. Usually I don't go for longevity, I just choose any silicone-based pore-filling primer to smooth out any texture or pores on my skin. So I'm adding more where I need more, which is in the center of my face, and less on the outer parts. Next, I'm going in with MAC Studio Radiance Face and Body Foundation in the color C1. It looks a little dark and a little yellow, but it is sheer, and I like that the yellow helps to color correct. And I really just like to rub this into my skin and start patting when I feel it start to tug. I feel like this is how I get the most coverage out of the product. I'm also going to wipe my fingers off on a paper towel in between doing sections of my face, because if I don't, I feel that it gets a little too slippery and I start losing some coverage and tackiness. I feel like this product gives a nice coverage and glow as a base, so now we can move on to concealer. I'm going to be using the RCMA VK Foundation Palette number 11. I'm going to be using the two diagonal shades as concealer, the one next to it as contour, and the one to the left as a bronzer. I'm going to be applying the lighter, more peachy shade closer to my inner corner and on the sides of my nose where I need to color correct some darkness or redness. And then I'm going to take the second lightest shade and put it anywhere else where I need just a little more coverage, not necessarily any color correcting. I am going to add it to my nose and to my jaw. This is typically where I either break out or have more scarring, so even if nothing really looks active right now, I always just add a little more coverage in those areas. And once I'm done placing the product, I'm going to go in with a damp beauty blender and start blending everything out. You can see that it blends out quite nicely. It still looks mostly like skin, but I really like the coverage of this. I like that these products aren't fragranced as well. And once I'm done blending that out with the beauty blender, I'm going to go in to add a little more coverage in the areas that are still showing some discoloration. I like to do this with a brush and just really pack it into the area. This allows me to color correct where I need it and add coverage where I need it without making the rest of my face look really heavy and cakey. And I've just done the right side so you could see the difference between the two. Under my eye on the right is definitely a lot brighter. Next, I'm going to add contour to all the usual places. Most of the time I don't feel the need to do this. The Face and Body Foundation is so sheer that I feel it doesn't take dimension away from your face, but I'm going to do it in the video just to show what it would look like. So I'm adding it to my forehead, right under my cheekbones, on the sides of my nose, contouring my lips a little bit, and then I'm going to do the outer portion of my jaw just to sort of bring it in a little bit. And once I've placed all that product down, I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and blend it all out, starting with the areas that have the least amount of product, and then going into the areas that have more product and require more space for blending. Now I'm going to go in with the bronzer shade, putting it in mostly the same areas, just a little bit above where I place that contour color. And I'm going to be using the beauty blender again to sort of blend both colors together. Once I'm done blending everything out, I'll just take whatever's left on my beauty blender and apply it to my crease to add some dimension. Okay, so now we're going to add some pink tones back into the face. For this, I'm going to use MAC's Powder Kiss lipstick in Sultry Move, first applying it to my lips and really diffusing the color, And after that's done, I'm going to apply it to the outer portion of my cheeks and onto my eyes, blending out with the back of my beauty blender. When doing my makeup, I love to put at least one pink shade on my eyes, lips, and cheeks. This is a great technique to use if you struggle creating cohesive makeup looks. Let's say if you have like a really vibrant eyeshadow and it just seems to not match with whatever blush or lipstick you choose. Having this repeated color all over the face really helps to melt everything together, and this color is neutral enough that it's almost undetectable. I'm going to go in with a second layer of that lipstick just to build up the color in certain areas. I'm going to try to keep the color more concentrated and less diffused with this layer, but still keeping it on the outer portion of my face. Once I'm happy with how that looks, I'm going to take a brighter and more pink lipstick and apply it to the center of my lips and the center of my cheeks. I'm going to bounce that out with a beauty blender again, trying to concentrate this color in the center of my cheeks and lips just to add a little bit more youthfulness to the skin. Next, I'm taking the smallest amount of Auric Glow Lust in Morganite and placing it on the high points of my face. I'm just going to blend out with my finger. This is the original Morganite color, so it's a little more pink, probably much too pink for me to wear under my makeup on my whole face, but it works well as a highlight. Under my eye, I like to sort of bring the highlight up into the outer portion of my eye bag just to brighten up that area because it dips in and I feel like sometimes there's a shadow casted there. This is just a nice way to brighten up that area without concealer. Next, I'm just setting my face with a good amount of Fix Plus. Next, I'm taking the silk powder on a dry sponge and just pressing it under my eyes and anywhere else that I want to get rid of shine or where there might be some texture accentuated by the setting spray. I also like to run the powder through my brows to make sure that my product goes on properly and evenly and to make sure it stays in place. Okay, so this is the foundation routine done, and this is what it looks like with a full face of makeup. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new. Bye!